Good morning, everybody. John Grimsmo here. It is August 22nd, Monday, and 2 weeks ago, I bought something, and today is the first day I get to go see it since having purchased it. Super duper excited. I got a big day ahead of me. Let's dive right in. Got about a 45-minute drive to get there, so strap in. We have arrived. The whole drive over here, it was about 45 minutes. I listened to Tim Ferriss podcast interviewing Tony Robbins for the third time. Super fantastic. Super pumped up. And I'm also pumped for the day because this is going to be awesome. Alright, so we're here at Elliott Matsuura once again. Just spent the past few hours with the guys going over CAM, trying to get Autodesk Fusion 360 to post good code to what I'm going to show you guys. I was just about to spill the beans there. Yeah, so let's walk out there and see our new toy. Come on. I seem to have lost my chaperones, but I think I know where I'm going.
Recording?
Oh yeah. This is mine. Eric and I and Meg, my wife, teamed up. We decided to buy this thing. So super excited. It's the service guy.
You guys have a YouTube channel, right?
We do. And we're filming one right now.
Looks like it.
So this bad boy here is a 6-axis CNC lathe. It's just awesome. Y-axis, sub-spindle. Parts catcher, chip conveyor, high pressure coolant. It's so awesome. I've been working on this deal for about a month now, and paid my deposit about 2 weeks ago, and this is the first time I've seen it now that it's actually mine. So I've been working with the guys, and we're going to set up the collets today. We're going to ditch the 3-jaw chucks for 5C collet noses, dead length collet noses, both on the sub and the main and the sub. So basically this will be able to machine a part on the first op, and the sub will come over and it will grab the part, move back here, and then the tools can hit it from this side, so that parts are coming off utterly complete, and then they get spit into the parts conveyor, or the parts catcher. The tiny little parts that I make, little screws and such, are very difficult to hit. They're going to be difficult to hit the basket from here, so there's lots of tricks we're working on to make that all work, but super duper crazy excited for this machine. Let's do a quick walk around. Nakamura tome. Yeah, control looks beautiful. Here's the high pressure coolant pump, 300 psi. Didn't go for the 1000 psi. I don't think I'll need it, and it's a lot more money. I'm already spending way too much on this thing. Look at the 4-inch, I think it's 4-inch. This is the feed hose for this pump. It's enormous. Look at this valve. It's crazy how big this thing is. This is the standard, I forget if it's 20 or 60 psi pump versus that one. This is the hydraulic lubrication unit. All the goodies inside. So there's 100 different whys and hows as to how this machine came to be and why we decided to spend such a crazy amount of money on one of the best machines you could possibly buy. But essentially it comes down to, this is our business, we are choosing the direction for it, and we were able to justify it in a way that makes sense to us, long term, short term, make it all work. And I did a video a few weeks ago about how we're, step 1, step 2, step 10. This is our step 10. and I'm so excited to make it happen. I've been dreaming about this kind of machine for so many years. We got this with the Mori Seiki, now we have it with the lathe department. With the Mori and the Nak as a mill and a lathe, we will be completely unstoppable. We'll be able to make the parts that we want to make, precision-wise, tolerance-wise, and it makes sense to us, it suits us. It's going to cost us a lot of money, and it's scary in its own right, but you know what? All in. We are all in. We're fully committed to this, and we're doing it the way that we want to do it. Me mostly. I'm convincing my brother and my wife, but it's all working out. And let's go. Box of goodies. All right, so it's already midday, and we've just been working on computers basically until now. But I brought this box of stuff. Looks so tiny compared to the machine, but I brought my Mitutoyo calipers, micrometer, camera stuff. I brought some of the tooling that I pulled off the Tormac lathe. So right now they're removing the 3-jaw chuck, the hydraulic chuck, using special tools. And I just want to clarify, I've got my GoPro. This is the GoPro right now. We're on the wide angle setting, so everything is distorted. It all looks bigger than it actually is. It's not a huge machine, really. It probably looks big on camera, especially when we're inside here. But it's kind of tight in here. You know, here's me in the opening. I don't have a lot of elbow room, but there's plenty of room to get in here and work around.
Oh, you got the spindle locked on already? So
I'm just gonna film you. Take this thing off. Just want to see how it works.
Oh, it'll work.
Oh yeah, I'm just curious.
Now what you'll find.
So what's unscrewing right now? The chuck itself?
Yeah. So see inside there's there'll be an adapter sleeve. So it's pretty much one thread against another thread. So because it's a coupling between the two, and that's actually what we're unthreading. So once we unthread this side to it, we're gonna lift this off, and then we have to actually unthread the actual coupling.
Okay.
In between. So the problem with this though, this is not so bad. The 8-inch is not so bad. Obviously the 6-inch is easier. But once you get to the 10-inch, 12-inch, you need to put an eye bolt on here and lift it off. Yeah, because it's I just put my hand underneath it.
And it doesn't fall, right? You have to pull it off?
Oh no, it'll fall.
Oh really?
Oh yeah. Where's the camera?
There you go.
Oh yeah. Now, like I said, what you could do is you could have a boom crane with an eye bolt in here and just unthread it, but it's only 8-inch, so I'm just very cautious with it. Oh yeah.
Yeah, there it goes.
Here we go.
Nice. Pretty nice. So this will be my main part-off blade when transferring from the main spindle to the sub-spindle. This will do a lot of work, but no finishing work, just roughing. Fancy. So these 5C collet noses that we got from Royal are a very neat invention, in that they use a standard 5C collet, but they're a dead length holder, so they don't actually pull back.
They stay very stationary, and yet can use totally standard collets. And there's a lot of internal mechanisms doing all kinds of magic in here to make it all happen. And the only downside is that it's only got a 1-inch through bore, because 5C collets only go up to 1 inch, which is totally fine for me. So here he's just stoning the surface with some WD-40 and a stone to make sure there are 0 high spots. Doing the same thing to the spindle. Now there's a couple little nicks and dings you can see in it. That is a man-sized pipe wrench.
Hopefully I have enough room to swing it.
So while the guys are setting up the lathe, let's check out the perspective between my AS200 and some of the bigger ones that they've got here. So that one's mine right there. This is a WT300, which is bigger but not enormous. I mean, it is large, as you can see. This is a twin turret lathe. Very, very cool. Dual spindle, twin turret. It can actually machine on using both turrets on the same part, so it can pinch turn, they called it. That turret's machining and this turret comes in and machines at the same time, so you can rough and finish in the same exact operation. Very fast, very cool. Let's see what this one is. WT250, same thing, a little bit smaller. You can tell already it is a little bit smaller, quite a bit smaller actually. Very cool. Man, the perspective of this wide angle lens on the GoPro is weird. It's hard to get the perspective right, but if I go to narrow mode, then I can't see anything. Well, at least with this, you can see the whole range of machine. Anyway, super duper cool. What is this one here? This one's an SC250, 200, something like that. Large, huge single turret. Single spindle with a tailstock, not a sub-spindle, so this will not grab the part and transfer it. This is better for long cylindrical shaft stuff where it needs to support it in the back. What are these two? WT150 and a WT100. So this is probably their smallest dual turret machine with dual spindles. Man, they're just jigsaw puzzling this thing together. You can see this enclosure goes this way, and then this one just clears it underneath, and the spindles are like right center line, right shoved in between them. Very cool. And it is a 24 station turret. I think it's a little bit smaller than mine. Super cool. But this machine is like $100,000 more than my machine just to have another turret. Not interested. And then all the Matsuuras. Well, there's this one too. What's this one? SCL, just a gigantic. Like, seriously gigantic. And this is the one that started it all. I saw this at the open house about 4 months ago, I think. Very tight, awesome little package. When I first saw this, I fell in love. But it needs a sub-spindle. This has an even bit smaller. Mine's the long bed version, right? Otherwise, they're the same. But mine is a long bed with a sub-spindle. This just has a tailstock, so it can only hold the parts. It can't grab them. But yeah, when I saw this machine, I fell in love, and then I'm like, okay, I need the sub-spindle as well. How much bigger does it get? Well, it almost doubles in length. You add 2 feet on that side, 2 feet on that side, and it makes it a huge lot bigger. About the same height, maybe a tiny bit higher, I'm not sure, but yeah, I'm kind of bummed that I had to go to a much bigger machine to be able to get the sub spindle. I don't need the long length, but I do need the sub. So there you go. I want the sub. I want it, and I got it. Cool. So this one here is the B axis.
Yes, sir.
Moves in and out. Sub spindle moving in and out.
Like off axis.
Cool. Even got a built-in GoPro charger. These are all the tool holders. AS200LMYS. That spells mine. These would be the live holders. Cool. So these are all static holders, turning holders.
Yep. Those are your live
holders. And all this stuff comes with this mill, or this lathe.
Yes.
Which is fantastic. Most lathes do not come with the tooling package. All we have to really buy is a parting blade holder.
Yes.
And if it works for you, you're up and running. You need tooling, but these are tool holders, right?
Right. And what it is just a basic static and live package to get you going.
Right.
Doesn't mean it's the end of the line.
Well, if you had to buy all this, it's like $20,000 worth of stuff. Live holders are not cheap. And there's 6 of them.
You're over 20 grand actually.
Right.
So
that's pretty awesome. Go Nakamura. Day 1 complete. That was an intense first day. Just so much information, going over everything about everything. Got the collets all set up. Learned about the control, learned about the cam, what needs to happen, what doesn't need to happen, blah, blah, blah. Just so much. Like, my mind is exploding. I'm completely mentally exhausted. I get headaches a lot, just normally. And when so much information enters my head, it definitely triggers it worse. So I've been battling a pretty harsh one for the past few hours. But that's life. Totally worth it. Gonna come back tomorrow, and we're actually gonna make parts. If all goes well tomorrow, the machine is pretty much set up. We just got to put the tools on to make parts tomorrow, and then we can really see how it works. It's gonna be fun. Good morning, guys. So it's Tuesday morning, the day after yesterday in the video. Going back to Elliott today, but I got to make a quick stop here at the metal supermarket, pick up some brackets, and then we'll run to the shop, and I'll show you what I got to do with them first. Back at the shop. So it's Tuesday now. I haven't been here since Friday, and just as I was packing up to leave on Friday, the power went out. Just everything went boom. The mill was still on. I was just blowing it off before turning it off, and then so I just left. I'm like, perfect, everything's off. I just left, and then I come back and all the lights are on, and the light inside the mill is on, because I didn't actually flip the switch off when I left. I just left, so it's been on all weekend. I feel kind of stupid about that. Anyway, So what I got to do with these blocks, these are 1 inch by 1 inch blocks. Normally on the new lathe, it takes 1 inch shank tooling, but I have a few 1/2 inch shank tooling that I want to use. So not only does the tool have to be spaced up, but it has to be spaced out. So essentially, if I cut a 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch groove out of the corner of this thing, it'll be super easy. So the Mori is super cold and not warmed up. I don't want to do the warm up cycle. I'm just going to bust these out on the Tormac because they say that every shop should have a Bridgeport mill. I disagree. That's my Bridgeport mill. That is my go-to, like quick and dirty. I just need to do a little buzz. So let's get that busted out. Let's see. A rougher. Just need some beater end mill. That'll do. So a Tormac with the jog pendant is like a Bridgeport with the DRO, except if you want to, it can be CNC. But yeah, so I have full CNC control, and I can use this totally as a manual mill, which I'm gonna do. So we're just going to do the quick and dirty method of touching off tools. In that, I'm just going to turn the spindle on manually. Let's go for 2000 RPM. Too high or too low. Just going to inch it down until it touches. Touch. And then we're going to do the same thing for Y. I don't care about X position, so I'm just going side to side. Then we'll simply do some manual HSM machining. Go in, let's see what 10 thou does. Not bad. Nice surface finish, nice chips. So now I'm just going to play with this. I'm going to abuse it, push it pretty hard and see what I can do, and then get this done as quickly as possible. Not bad. Not bad at all. Pretty damn good surface finish too on that last cut. So here we've got a bunch of the tool holders getting all cleaned up. Got WD-40 in this thing, clean them off. Starting to get the double boring bar holder set up with my custom tool holders that I made. So one is one way and the other's flipped around, so the spindle's going to have to reverse between the two of them. It's just how it fits best, works well. Way down the road, if I really want to get optimal, I can also put 2 more boring bars on this side. I just have to tend to shorten them a little bit. That'll be fine. Went through the candy store in the back and was able to borrow this guy, which will also hold the small inserts that I have a lot of. So that'll be great. That'll go in one of these. So I don't actually need this this holder that I made today, which didn't quite fit. The bolts wouldn't be able to go down all the way. That's okay. I totally guessed on the dimensions anyway. This is my Micro 100 ID threading tool, which is in a, what is it, a 5/8 to a 1-inch reducer bushing. So it'll go like that. Worked great. Terry, one of my applications guys here, gave me this tiny little ER11 holder, which will hold a 1/16 drill bit in a bushing, which will go in another side of one of these. I forget which one. And then here's one of the 4 live tool holders that I'm going to be using for the first few parts that we're making. These will hold an ER25, so I also have to go to the candy store and pick out a bunch of ER25 holders too. Getting there. Service techs are almost done kind of dicking around with the machine and getting it all cleaned up. Starting to get all the, I think it's called cosmoline, all this gross stuff, shipping grease off of it. So they're getting there. All that white stuff in the back comes off, no problem. Collets are in. Everything's good to go. Starting to get the tools set up in here. I got my 2 custom tools in here, although I think I'm going to ditch that one because they found a second one like this. So now I have 2 quality insert holders. Mine doesn't really support the inserts super well. So I'm going to ditch that. I'm going to put this threader in that spot. And then, yeah, I've got my drill up here, and we're going to put some live tools on there, and it's pretty cool.
So obviously with the machine, it pre-comes with a 65mm through hole. So that being, obviously we want to, allows us to put bigger bars through, but in your case you're going to be using a very small piece of material. So to accommodate that, we use these spindle liners. So it's a lot of people will make them themselves, but obviously this one here is a brand new one. Just a basic tube. Then you have these that we put on, and just a simple rubber washer that goes around it, and you just push it in. So once we push it in, this comes out, unscrews. We slide this in. It hits the stop on the back here. Once it hits that stop, you thread this back on, it holds it into place.
You're good to go, and it goes all the way up to the chuck.
It goes right up to the chuck.
Yeah. Gotta pull the plug out.
Yes, you do.
You knew that, didn't you? Okay, I show my mistakes out there. Okay, so I got the coolant plug out already.
No, it's facing the opposite side. You don't have to pull the coolant plug.
Oh,
There's
you
no,
said we don't,
there's no coolant jacket on that side.
Right. Never too clean, right?
Yep.
Drive it.
And how was that first one you put in?
It was awkward at first.
Yeah, it is a little awkward. But once you get that feel,
So tight.
it's very tight fit, but it's done purposely that way. So and just little movements. There you go. It'll just slide right in. Yep. Perfect.
Beautiful.
Right. So all you're gonna do is you're gonna take the hand wheel and you're gonna touch it initially fast to the red light come on. You're gonna back off till the green light comes on, and now you're gonna hit this Z, and it's actually gonna feed forward, nice and slow. The reason why we don't use the hand wheel is if I go down like this and go, well, I could go this fast, you could go this fast.
Right.
That actually changes the measurement.
Yeah.
So by us holding this actual feed down,
It's just a static, consistent, like.
yep, and that gives you a static number.
It's your
every
feed
time.
rate, basically.
It is your feed rate. So same thing with X. Go back to our handle. Go up like this. Try to put it somewhat in the center. You're gonna use the hand wheel, move it down pretty quickly, and once the red light goes red,
Yeah.
I can't go anymore. I can
Really?
actually crank the hand wheel.
It stops
right
it.
now, I'm cranking it. It just stops it. It will only allow us to go the opposite direction. So once the green light comes on, now you're going to hold the feed of the X down.
And there's red.
That's
And
it.
that stores it.
It just set our Z and our X. All done.
Super cool.
Super easy,
Super
fast.
cool. Hello again, guys. It is now Thursday. Back at the machine, getting everything set up. We're dialing in the tools, touching it off right now, having a blast, getting ready to cut some parts. I just want to see chips. I just want to see this thing make something. So we're learning how to use two tools in the same position and how to touch it off and make it all be genius like that. I got my 4 live tools, 1, 2, 3, and then 1 down here. And yeah, it's getting real close here. Having a lot of fun. Going through the control, it's smart how everything's laid out. Everything's safe, everything's easy, everything's fantastic, and I'm like a kid in a candy store here, just having a blast learning. The mind crush is much less the deeper I get into it, which is good. So yeah, now I'm just absorbing and loving every minute of it. The first day was pretty intense for me, but now I'm starting to get the hang of it, so having a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I just broke my glasses. I had them like, I was stupidly being quick and like rubbing it on my shirt to wipe the lenses off. Just trying not to do it smartly. And it broke. And I've seen hairline cracks in these for a long time now. You can see another one there. And I love these glasses. I get them from Mary Tool for like $3 each. And I've had this exact set for well over a year now. Got my name on the side, and they finally broke. But it's funny because tomorrow is my birthday, and Eric was asking me what I want for my birthday, and he's like, maybe I should get you some nice safety glasses for the shop. So he's currently in Seattle away for the next week or so. Let's see if he remembered that request. I think I have more of these at home though. So right now I'm using this amazing Renishaw tool setting arm, which has a completely repeatable station right here that has power going through it, knows when it's fully plugged in, knows when it's aligned. It's awesome. Little LED on the bottom there turns on and off when it's fully plugged in. And you gonna figure it out?
Yeah, try to figure it out.
So right now I'm touching off the sub-turning tool on this side, and it's super duper easy. So the Renishaw tool setter we saw earlier has its own case where it can sit. It has the mounting point just like it has in the machine, so that it has a safe place to be at all times. Pretty sweet. Now I'm just working with Fusion 360, trying to get the post processor to do what the Nakamura wants it to do. Luckily, I've got a buddy in Whistler, British Columbia, who just got the same AS200, so he's like a month ahead of me, or 2 months ahead of me maybe. So he has already worked with one of the guys who works here, Kevin, and has already kind of banged out the post and gotten it to work a little bit better. What's up everybody, John Grimsmo here. It is Friday. Today is actually my birthday, 33. And during my working hours on this Friday, there's nothing I'd rather do than play with my new machine. Super pumped to be here. Today we're making parts. I've been wanting to do this all week. There's been a lot of setup, a lot of getting the tools lined up, a lot of learning the machine, the program, the CAD CAM, post processor, and all that stuff. There's a lot of work that goes into this. However, today's the day. Last night, I didn't film it yet, but we made the first part. This is a pivot screw to our knives. A little bit of tweaking and it'll be absolutely perfect. And then today I'm just getting it ready while the guys are doing some other stuff, getting this thing dialed in. I got to mess with my tool height offset simply by changing the Y, which is pretty cool. And so excited. I can't wait. I can't wait to see this thing. Like, we're testing out the code now. We're going super slow. I can't wait to see this thing just take off. So it's just gonna change tools, go nuts. Very excited for that. So today we'll have some filming of that, and it's gonna be fun.
done. Today, being my 33rd birthday, is the official signing of this new Nakamura. Kind of nervous.
Sign your name.
Excellent. So that was that. Officially signed. Spent pretty much the whole week here. I spent 4 out of 5 days here this week. Learning it. I feel pretty comfortable with it. There's still a lot of post-processor cam stuff that we need to work on, but I kind of want this thing on the shop right now. I want it to be mine. So we're going to try to arrange delivery for next week, and things should be good. All right, guys. I'll see you next week. Bye. So I'm at home now, and I ended up locking my keys in my car at Elliott. When I got there this morning, I put my key in my pocket before I get out of the car, which is kind of stupid. It must have fallen out because I looked and it was on the driver's seat the whole day. And I didn't realize it till at the end when I went home. So, perfect little birthday present. We had to break into my car again. Happened at Saunders' place a couple months ago. Yeah, so that was fun, but we were able to do it. And it's a busy week, man, at Elliott. But I think I'm totally to the point now where I want the machine at home, at the shop, and I want to be able to play with it myself. So I want to thank the guys at Elliott Matsuura, the applications guys, the sales guys, the everything. They're super duper awesome. They were so much fun to work with. I feel like I'm family there, which is really good. It's really important to me. And I think it's just had a great experience. Just awesome. I can't wait to get this machine. So all things considered, fantastic 33rd birthday. Super happy with how today went, even with locking my keys in the car, and can't wait for next week. And I'll definitely do footage of moving this thing into the shop. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I actually still have Mori footage from 1 year ago. A couple days before my birthday is when the Mori came in. It's a tradition. Next year we'll see. I doubt it. Maybe. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this relatively fun, long video, and lots more footage to come. Thanks, bye.